Okay, there we go. Full screen. Oh my God, look at how horrible I look. Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer's live stream. Welcome. Chair. I don't know what it is. Something is the matter. Oh my God, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling great, but at least I'm alive. At least I'm alive. I'm here for you. I'm here for Noam and Joe and Shanks. I'm here for Rod and Claire and Joy and Tube. I'm here. I am here. I'm like in a mood. I'm in a very, very bad. I don't like what they're doing to Andrew, which we will discuss. I don't like it. I don't like Andrew. I don't, and you know me. I don't like the royal family at all. But that something is going on where they're trying to kill. Kill is maybe too strong a word. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Thank you very much. MJ Tigerfang is here. MC Scott is here. So we got people listening to this, which is really good. I wasn't doing that great yesterday. I'm not doing that great today. I went and had a nap before for an hour. Not enough. I'm not sleeping enough. I'm not sleeping enough. But we're back on track. We're going to be back on track today because you are here with me. I am Lewis Schaffer, and you are whatever you are. I don't know what you call yourselves, but thank you very much for coming. Press like thing when you get a chance. When you get a chance, I think that's very important. Here's what we're going to probably discuss today. We're going to discuss how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling so bad. And why I'm feeling bad is because I've been putting Q-tips in my ear. It's really Kerry Macca. I've been putting Q-tips in my ear, and I think that's a real mistake because I actually feel that bugs are trying to enter my brain and destroy my brain, that they're living in my brain or they're in my ear canal and they're blocking my ear canal. I believe that. I don't necessarily believe that, but I have my fears. Andrew Rubin, thank you for coming in. I think Alan Williams, I think that's possibly what is happening. It's preventing me from achieving true greatness. Either that, or maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I've had a stroke. Maybe I've had a heart attack or something like that. Yesterday's stream was extremely stressful. Every single day there's a problem. Every single day there is a problem. There's a problem. Can you, is this coming out loud enough, producer? I have my producer here, so I'm going to ask him a question, ask him a series of questions. Can you hear this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Can you hear me? Producer.
What?
Can you just listen to the stream for a second?
Fine.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
I don't understand why are you like asking people if you can hear you for 10 minutes and then
Because no one's responding to me. How crazy is that?
They can hear you.
I'm talking to you. You're 5 feet away from me here, and you're like, it's like,
check yourself.
how can I check
By
myself?
just going onto YouTube and watching it with headphones in and just see.
Where should the headphones go?
It's fine. It's working. Just
Anyway, so thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this. So today is one of those days. You can just feel with the news. It's not even the news. It's a bunch of lie news. Joodles is here. Welcome, Joodles. Good to see you. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much. That's what we need to know. Can you hear me loud and clear? I'm like talking into the ether here. I'm talking into the ether. Kermit is here. Sorry, he just got home. Kermit just got home. He's been out and about. So that's what we're going to discuss today. We're going to discuss Andrew because I want to discuss Andrew because I think the royal family is the worst thing about this country. Not the worst thing. I mean, it would be a good thing if they actually cared about this country. I actually read that William, and whatever his wife's name is, Miranda. What's his wife's name? I forget what his wife's name. That they're working for a better world. A better world sounds lovely. A better world, but it's not Britain Who's going to fight for Britain? We need someone who's going to fight for Britain. I see you here. I don't think we know the true reason Andrew is no longer a prince. It's a drastic move. I think Charles has seen videos. No, I'll tell you what it is. Charles is a bad man himself, and he knows it. Why else would you do it unless you're a bad man yourself, I think. So he hung out, with, I mean, he's not a bright guy, but he's a royal. You don't take away a royal stuff. He's basically been promised all this stuff. Living for today, good to see you evening. He's been promised all this stuff as a royal. Has he not? Why do you take away his stuff? He was given that house to live in forever, and now they're taking it away from him? How could they take it away from him? It's like a New York City rent-controlled apartment. You can't take it away. Claire says it's all a distraction. Yes, it's a distraction. That's what makes it so scary. What is it a distraction from? Inbred parasite. What does he actually do? Exactly. What does King Charles actually do? He's an inbred. Oh, are you talking? I see you. Are you talking about King Charles? Andrew hasn't been charged or found guilty of anything. But this is a very complex situation due to his position. What position does he have? He's the second son of the queen. Sorry, not even the king. And, if the queen were alive, I think she'd be quite upset that her favorite child, maybe because he's the favorite child. I mean, I know what it's like. I mean, I have this going on in my head. I know what it's like not to feel as much love. According to GB News, says Alan Williams, 70% of British people don't believe in Nessie. But if asked in a survey, I would definitely said that I do. Nessie, you mean the Loch Ness Monster. 70% of the people believe in Nessie. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Ron Greenloch is here. Royals, Team World, follow the money. It rules. Exactly. That's what it is. But is anybody saying this? Is anybody saying, I mean, I shouldn't be saying it. It's not my business. I got to stay out of it. But I think you should be saying it. Somebody here should be saying, who are these people? I mean, I feel, do I like, what's his name? Andrew? I don't like him. I do not like him. Liz paid the £12 million. Yeah, that was stupid. But what do you do? You're in a really tough situation, and this is a really embarrassing. This was almost as bad as when Princess Diana had her thing. So 12 million, that's a lot of money. But maybe even for the Queen. The Queen doesn't have that, or didn't have that much money. Maybe she does now. Maybe they're getting, we don't know how much money the royal family have, but maybe they're getting more and more money from the globalists. People are saying it, not just mainstream people. What are they saying? Are they speaking about this thing? And they're saying, this is horrible. I am not an Andrew fan. Okay? I'm not an Andrew fan, but there's something rotten going on here. Something is rotten going on here. And someone needs to, you feel bad for the guy. He's going to be kicked out of his home. We don't like you. We're kicking you out. You're embarrassing us. You're kicking us out. What about you, Charles? What about you? What have you done? You were cheating on your wife, your poor little innocent wife. Yes, that's what happened. You were cheating on her. There were 3 in that thing. We all saw the thing, and then she happened to die. I'm not saying he did anything, but are you somebody to talk about that? Lots of decent people being evicted. No one cares. And enjoying too. It's not, you know what? He was given a house by those rich people, and now they're taking away the house, enjoying the tube. Lucy Van Pelt is here. I was just looking for some suitable for Halloween viewing and ended up back here. Well, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back here. I'm glad Judels is back here too. I'm glad people are back here. Thank you very much.
Can I have some sausages?
Yes, you may. Not all of the sausages. Okay. And it's scary Halloween. Maybe that's what this is all about. It's about Halloween, coming dressed up as Prince Andrew. Charles has a very full closet, says Claire. Well, I agree with that. He's got a full closet, as we all do. We could all. I mean, it's not like any news has come out. What news? Red Knight is here. Hello, Red Knight. Good to see you. You look radiant, Lewis. You get younger every time I see you. Thank you, Red Knight. I don't think that that's true. I think the last couple of days, I had a very bad day. I was throwing up. I was throwing up because I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. I was sticking Q-tips, or as we call it, Q-tips. You guys call it cotton swabs. I think that's what they're called in this country, in my ear. And it's really a dangerous thing to do, but I'm not going to stick anything in there, and I'm going to make it get better. And someone's going to look at it. I might have to go to the doctor to have somebody look at it because it's bad. So I don't think I look great, but I appreciate you telling me. And let me tell you something, Red Knight. It's good to see you. Lucy, it's good to see you. MJ, Tiger Fang. You call them earbuds. Yes. Okay, earbuds. They call it earbuds. I apologize. Earbuds. Q-tip is a rapper, says Shanks. Okay, I did not know that. There's different words for everything. It's called French. You should use a Chinese candle for your ear. I promise it works. What is a Chinese candle? I'm going to write it down and never look at it again. What is a Chinese candle? What is a Chinese candle? I mean, I've been told I'm supposed to use olive oil. Olive oil. I've also, because remember, if you remember correctly, everyone, that I ate a loaf of bread about 2 days ago, an entire loaf of bread. And that has bunged me up. Bunged me up. Bunged me up. It's a candle from China. It's a Chinese candle. Yeah, but why? How do you use it? Why is it effective? The point is that, I mean, it's not for me to question your monarchy, but when your monarchy is not fighting for you, I don't think it is. Six Badges is here. She's from France. Chinese candle is sticking a tube of paper in your ear and then setting fire to it. What does it do? Does it melt the insides of your brain or something? Six Badges. Almond oil. John Miller says almond oil. That's absolutely brilliant. Almond oil. That's what Lewis Schaffer needs. I need a girl over here to do that to my ear. Which of you girls? And if I can't get a girl, maybe a guy who cares about me. I want someone to care about me. Nobody cares about me. My son. Do you care about me? Producer. No. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about me. He used to care about me. Now he thinks I've lost my mind. I think I have lost my mind. When it comes to ears and being sore or blocked, my mom used to use warmed up olive oil, put it in at night and then again in the morning. It used to work for me. Okay, Carrie Macca. Carrie Macca says olive oil. Okay, maybe I should do that. I mean, is there a place that can have it done for less than £20 or something? I've heard that Specsavers does it for £60. I don't have that kind of money. Well done. Dame Claire says you care about me. Or you come on over and you do my ears. I use a Chinese candle for my dangleberries. What is a dangleberry, Shanks? That's Shanks. That's not me. What's a dangleberry? That sounds like something that's hanging off your bottom. Lorna is here. I've missed you all. Well, Lorna, we have missed you. Everybody, let's say hello to Lorna. Has not Lorna been missed? She's been totally missed. That's not true, Lorna. We have missed you. I have missed you. I said, where is Lorna? Because I need you all. Chinese candle is supposed to suck out the crap as it burns, says Vatanai. Vatanai's here now, too. And like most of the therapies, it costs £60 an hour. Maybe I'll have to spend £60 an hour. £60 an hour. It doesn't sound believable, though. I mean, I do trust the Chinese. I guess I do trust it. You got it, Lewis. Laugh out loud, says Shanks. Haven't we all missed Lorna? I think we have. Let's all say hello to Lorna. Andrew Rubin says hello to Lorna. Alan Williams says hello to Lorna. Dame Claire says she's going to come over to. She's the only royalty I need, Dame Claire. I will come over and do any part of you that you want. Let's be clean. But yes, please come over. I want it all done. Make sure when you put the oil, you rub the lobes to get it down the ear. You mean like this, like sort of get it all down. Okay. Thank you, Carrie Macca. Can I go buy it at the pharmacy or the chemist or whatever we call it? Anyway, so where have you been, Lorna? Tell us everything that's going on. Gnome Hunter, Lorna and Lucy are back. Hello, ladies. Yes, hello, ladies. These are ladies. Yes, Lorna. We have missed you, Carrie Macca says. Enjoying the tube is missing Lorna. So what are you saying? You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me. We've been talking about you. We try not to mention it because let's say people never come back and it gets a bit embarrassing. It gets embarrassing for me because you're supposed to love me, even though you know, I mean, how could you love me? Anyway, Lucy Van Pelt says, hello, Black Adam. Lorna, Dame Claire lost a stone in weight. She's lost a stone in weight. That is so good. We could talk about my weight loss, too, when we're done talking about you. It's not only about me. It's about everybody. It's about everybody. I had my ears washed out with dilute hydrogen peroxide a few years ago to get rid of fungal spores. The NHS don't do it now. Yeah, it's funny what the NHS cover and what they don't cover. They don't cover teeth. I mean, you'd think that that's important, but if it needs to be done, then there'd be a line around the country to get that done. But maybe that's a good idea. I'm going to write down hydrogen. I'm not going to mess with my ears. Hydrogen peroxide. Where is this? The burning tube causes a slight suction and draws the stuff out. But something like olive oil, or you can get the Otex eardrops from Tesco's for about £6. Otex from Tesco's. Yeah, you think I can get them at the local Tesco's? Do I have to go to the super big one? I never used to have it done, but I was a believer in Q-tips, but I've had 2 problems with this, and I don't want to damage my ears. I don't want to damage them any more than they're damaged already. John Miller says, I had my ears syringed, and I wouldn't want a sandwich on what came out. Yeah, it can look gross. It can look gross. It's your ears. Home ear syringe, Lewis, after peroxide drop, says Lucy.
Dad,
yes.
Don't do any of this stuff. I had an ear infection like a year ago.
Hold on a second, everybody. Yeah, go on. And then what happened?
There's an ear infection a year ago. It goes away. Just ignore it. And if you feel like your ear's blocked, then go get it. And you have to get it like suctioned or flushed. But you can get that done at like most opticians and stuff.
At an optician, it's £60 according to what somebody says. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So should I just not do anything and just wait?
If you leave it, it'll get better.
Okay, did you hear what the producer said? He's a very wise boy. He's not even a boy, he's a man. He's 24 years old. He says just leave it, and then if it doesn't clear out completely, go to the optician. Never take medical advice from random people on the internet. Why not? I don't take from one random person 6 badges. I take it from everybody. Keith Bexley is here. Hello, Keith Bexley. Lorna is here. Say hello to Keith Bexley, Lorna. But I think I do take advice from random people. I tell you why I take advice from random people. Because the people who are not random know even less than you know. And they pretend, oh, I know, I'm a doctor of this and a doctor of that. And they know less than we know. So if somebody says something, you say, oh, okay, that's, I've heard that, but that's not true. Is your balance being affected? It was, and now it's getting better. It's getting better, John Miller. Producer is wrong. DIY home syringe works really bad. This is Lucy. This is what Lucy says. Lucy, well said, producer. Don't mess around with your ears. I had mine sucked at Specsavers, 60 pounds. Well spent. Yeah, you know what? Says that Andrew Rubin says that. And you're probably right, Andrew. There's something about going and paying 60 pounds and having something done, whatever it is. You go, here's 60 pounds. And you think, oh, this is medical. I'm feeling better. It's like when I had my eyes checked. Much better. There's something about it that's amazing. I take medical advice from Dr. Schaffer. Dame Claire says to me, yeah. I mean, I don't think you should listen to me completely, but I think you should take it as one bit of advice in an entire realm of advice. That's what I think. As part of a realm of advice. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. My uncle did. He did. Period. Let's get some punctuation in there. Did. It resulted in an operation and a hearing aid. Okay, so I'm not going to leave it. I'm not leaving it. If it gets better, I'm going to leave it. If it doesn't get better, I'm not going to leave it. Did you need Dr. Schaffer to get you an examination? I will examine anyone here for free. If you're thin, I will examine anyone for thin. MG Tigerfang says this. That was Shanks saying that to Claire. And I will examine her for free. Raise your hand if you want a creepy old Lewis Schaffer, a divorced, almost 70-year-old man to look at your body. Anyway, cotton buds aren't very good, MG Tigerfang says. Someone should have invented something more sticky to gather up the wax, not that fluff stuff. Oh, wait. You could try to pour warm sticky oil on the bud. Yeah, you could do that. It's not, you know what it is? It's that your ear can get very itchy, which I blame itchiness on what? What do I blame itchiness? The person who comes in gets a big hug from me. What do I blame stickiness on? People I met, lip reading courses, were rendered deaf by infections. Really scary. Possible, yeah. Possible. I've brought some ear brushes, says Lorna. Ear brushes. Let me see. I might go over to Tesco's and see what they have. Or Boots. Where do you think is the most information? Ear brushes. Where does itchiness come from? Anybody know? What about you, Dame Claire? Thanks. That would be a total bucket thing list. Yes, please. There you go. An ear nurse said you shouldn't remove earwax or use buds. Yeah. That's actually, why would you want to remove the earwax? You need earwax in there. That's a good point, Alex. Alex has made a good point. Who disagrees with Alex? That's right, Alex. It'll fall out naturally. That's right. It's like your skin. You shouldn't remove the oils of your skin. It'll come out naturally. Says MC Scott. Yes. Andrew Rubin, germs and viruses. There's no such thing as germs and viruses, yeah. I mean, there's bacteria that could, maybe. I think if you push it in there, I don't know. I was told that. Don't stick buds in your ears. Yes, I've been told that too so many times. And I'm not advocating that. I'm saying I've got a problem. You saw me the other day. I was throwing up. Joe. So, yes, I'm telling you this. This is a warning about earbuds. I disagree with Alex. Everyone's ears are different, says Sir Badges, who's living in France right now, right? No. People's ears are ears. I don't believe in racial, ethnic distinctions between ear brushes. Six Badges. I think you shouldn't poke things in your ear. But then again, I'm taking my jacket off. The thing that causes irritation is a high carb diet. That's what I think is a high carb. I have no idea what causes itching. Yes, you do. I don't want to have it go to the hospital to get a foreign body removed from an orifice. You don't want to. No, you don't want to. And what is plugging stuff into the thing? It could be the cotton got balled up at the edge. I don't know if I look good in this thing here. But Shanks, you don't want to go to the hospital to have a fall. Anyway, I think it's like brushing your teeth. You don't have to, but you want to know something? If you eat high sugar, I'm going to tell you what the answer is. Maybe someone has already come up with it. But my ears itch because I had eczema in my ears. Yes. Why do you have eczema in your ears, Lorna? Why is there eczema? Why is there, itchy ears? Because we're on a high carb diet. Carbohydrates cause eczema and psoriasis and all sorts of irritations. So that's what we need to do, everybody. We've just cured it. The Tudors had tiny earwax spoons. Henry VIII had them amongst his effects. Yes, because you're sitting there thinking, why am I so stupid? Why can't I hear as well? Why am I feeling so flat? That's what I'm feeling. Thank you, Lorna. Lorna says I look dead sexy in black. I mean, this is just I don't know where I got this shirt from. I think I found it on the street. I have actually bought some stuff, but you reach a certain point and it's pointless because you just find stuff. But thank you very much, Lorna. Thank you very much. Bonsoir. Comment ça va? Comment ça va? I don't know what that's. She's living in France. She probably speaks French very well. Maybe she doesn't. Thank you. Now we're saying nice things about me. Let's focus on some of the guys. Let's say nice things to the guys. Let's say nice things to Shanks. He's amazing. And Vatanai and Kermit. Say nice things to Keith Bexley and Noam Hunter. Noam Hunter says, bonjour, la baguette noire. That means a black baguette, croissant, le fish. I think you're making a joke, and it sounds very funny. And Shanks comes in and starts singing a song. So we've cured that. And I've been so bad lately. I've been really bad. I'm not too bad, but I'm bad. I'm still much better. When I first started my crazy diet, I was like 350, 400 grams of carbs a day. That's about 12 or 13, 1400 grams of calories. I said I had eczema. That I had eczema. Yeah, okay, good, Lorna. But I'm saying itchiness can come from eating a high carb thing, and high carbs cause eczema. That's what I believe. I believe that. That's my religion. And high carbs cause itchiness. Itchiness causes inflammation. Itchiness causes inflammation, and inflammation causes all the bad things in life. They make you think, oh my God, I'm an idiot. That's what it makes you think. I once had an ear infection, Kermit says, and it made me hear things out of tune. It was bizarre and annoying, as I like to sing. There you go, Kermit. So let's cut back on the carbs. Carbs cause bad. You know me. I'm obsessed with this thing. I am so obsessed. My wife watches a YouTube channel called Audiology Associates. They are in South Wales, and the show or they show all aspects of wax removal. Okay, now I'm going to write that down. It's called Audiology Associates on YouTube. Associates. Okay, this is what Vatanai. This is what Vatanai says. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Vatanai. Do you think you had food poisoning from the dodgy samosa? In retrospect, no. No, I just think I've just been sticking stuff in my ear. And I had to Google it afterwards, and that can make you throw up. And I threw up a little bit, and I was all dizzy, and I felt bad. And a similar thing happened to me last year. Couldn't go into headliners. I don't eat carbs because you told me not to. Thank you, Lorna. That's what I like to hear. Question is, what do you consider a carb? Lorna. But thank you very much, Kermit. I sing all the times. Music is the best therapy. It makes you feel good. Carnivore beats carbs, says Joy and Tube. I think it does. I think it does. And I think what happened is I was feeling sick, and I just thought to myself, I'm going to die. So I went out and bought a loaf of bread, and I had an entire loaf of bread. It was a small loaf. It was a bloomer. I mean, it's not the best. If you're going to eat bread, you should eat sourdough. But even then, you shouldn't. You shouldn't, So I'm with you, Joy and Two. But I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. I went out and I had, I'm eating a few bits of bad stuff every day. Are you going off to the shop? No. Okay. They talk about wax removal like it's a great art. Well, you're messing with somebody's ears. It is a bit of an art. I would say that it is, Jose. Who said that? Vatanai. Yeah, it's a bit of an art. I constantly have different earworms in my head. Laugh out loud. Joe said this. I do too. I think they're talking to me. I think I'm being taken over. There was a Twilight Zone episode about that. Do you remember that? I bet Kermit maybe knows of it. Have no fear, for I am here. Maltese Phil. Everybody give Maltese Phil a round of applause and a big hug. And a big hug. No, what happened to me was I was using the Q-tips, and then I went into the shower, in the shower, and it went in my ear, and I was like cleaning my ear out, and then next thing you know, I was like I couldn't get out of bed. I was so dizzy. I've had carbs today, fish and chips, but it was for work. Why would it be for work? Is it for work or from work? What are you saying to Joe Sanders? Yes, he had an earworm. That's true, Shanks. He had an earworm. It's a real thing, from what I can tell. It's a real thing. And God bless JFK Jr. God bless him. God, I think. I'm not 100% sure about him. I'm not 100% sure about anybody. But I think JFK Jr. is making people think. They're saying maybe the drug companies are lying to us. God bless Trump for choosing him. Am I right? For choosing him to be the Secretary of Health, whatever he is. New video incoming. What's a new video? Maltese Phil. Night Gallery earwig episode. Yes. Yes. I knew you would know about it. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to see if I can find it here. Night Gallery ear wig episode. Yes. Let's just pump this up. Okay. Maybe there's not just that. Maybe there's one in a not just in a night gallery, but also in could have been in a night gallery. The most earwig episodes. Most commonly, the BBC rate. It's not just me. It's not just me. I've had this seed planted in my head. Might be the greatest horror TV. Night Gallery. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Yes. Consent. The Twilight Zone. I don't know. Did you ever get to see that stuff? It was Night Gallery. Night Gallery was like a later version of the Twilight Zone. So it was starring Lawrence Harvey, who's a great English actor. Harvey played a British civil servant, Mr. Macy, who was rather prickly man in the boring and wet jungle of Borneo, trapped in a home with two other Brits, the married couple of Mr. and Joanne Pettit, who have about 40 years of age between the two of them, being bored and rather arrogant. Oh, this reminds me. It's like, and what happened? He goes down into the basement, I saw this when I was a kid. I was about 16 years old. He was great, Rod Serling. He was great. The Caterpillar title that literally makes no sense, given the insect in the story is an earwig, is likely one of the most memorable. What happened to him? He's like in the basement. Can somebody explain this so I don't have to read it all? Tinnitus. It was the Lucy saw it. Lucy sees everything. That was the episode of Night Gallery, Lewis, with Lawrence Harvey. It was a nice one. It was really good. It was a tinnitus. I've been to review a place for their fish and chips for a new video I'm doing. Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. Maybe we'll get to see what you look like. I love the Twilight Zone and Tales from the Dark Side, and the other one, which is Night Gallery. Night Gallery, some of them were like really scary and really well done. They put a lot of money into them. It's like 12 years later. It's like a sudden ting or tone in the ear. Then it goes away after a little bit, says MG Tigerfang. I saw the Twilight Zone, the one with William Shatner and the gremlin eating the airplane. Yes, that was very scary too. I mean, this one where it's like in the basement, there's a guy. He's like a human being, and he's forced to like crawl around. Is this the one, Kermit? Where he's crawling around the basement on like a caterpillar. He's been reduced to this. Very scary. Okay, I have tinnitus. The Twilight Zone was great. William Shatner, yes, he was really great. That is what you are supposed to do. Hi-ho, Kermit. What is it? I have tinnitus. It's bad at night. That's like me. It's bad at night, yeah, when it's quiet. So I tend to listen to YouTube vids when going to sleep. I don't know whether that's the right thing. That's what happens to me. I can't go to sleep. I'm watching YouTube videos, relentless YouTube videos. I love scary films. I don't get scared now. I know it's hard to get scared when you realize our enemy is living amongst us and being imported. Anyway, the boy who controlled his family and was a monster. He had supernatural powers. MJ Tigerfang, I remember that, where he was sending people to the cornfield. If he got mad at them, and everyone was so nice to them. Everybody was so nice to this little boy. He was like a little boy, and he was an evil CUN Tuesday, whatever it is. Just something playing to try to help listen to it. Well, how is your, I think, number one, it's the carbs. You gotta stop eating the carbs. If you Google, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Hold on one second. Why don't we do this? Tinnitus, and diabetes, which is basically what high carbs is, and diabetes. There you go. There you go. Let's just see. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Where are you going? Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Window capture, alert box, window capture. There. Can you see it? Can you see the article there? Can you see the article? There we go. It says AI, and I don't believe AI completely. You should never believe AI. They lied to me and to Joodles. Okay? Diabetes can cause or worsen tinnitus through mechanisms like microvascular damage. Yes. Neuropathy and poor blood sugar control, which is what diabetes is. It's poor blood sugar control. It's like drowning can affect you because you get water in your lungs. And yeah, it's well, that's what drowning is. That affect the inner ear's ability to function. Studies show that significant association between diabetes and higher risk of developing tinnitus. Managing blood sugar levels, getting regular hearing checkups, and seeking a professional evaluation for tinnitus are key steps for people with diabetes. There you go. That's actually the right answer, I would say. I would say that that's the right answer. Don't you agree with that? Lawrence Harvey was a Lithuanian-born Jew. Yes, his daughter was a bounty hunter who met a tragic end. That happens to be true. He wasn't English. Was Lawrence Harvey English? Was he English, Lucy? We should find that out. Anyone seen the movie Chopper? I don't think it was a blocked ear that caused the chop to remove them. I don't know what that's all about, Shanks, but thank you for explaining that. Human caterpillar. Lawrence Harvey. Where is Lawrence Harvey from? Let's go back on track and find out where Lawrence Harvey is from. Okay, we're going to check. We're using this. Where is Lawrence Harvey from? Let's see where he's from. Lawrence Harvey was born in Lithuania to Jewish parents and immigrated to South Africa. Oh, that's why he had like one of us. One of us. He's one of us. How much Lithuanian am I?
0%.
No, 1%. They sent me. I am 99% Ashkenazi Hungarian.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. I'm Lithuanians. No. Well, it's the same area, really. Russians are good. They're not good, but, you know. He was settled there and died in Hampstead, Long Island. He was born in Janiska, Lithuania, and moved to South Africa as a child, and then moved to the UK in 1946, where he made his career. So he's a Lithuanian. He's a Lithuanian. I can understand how people hate the Jews. I can understand it. I can understand it. I mean, really. So Kermit, what are you saying? What are you saying? I don't have diabetes and my blood pressure is good. But what about your blood sugar? But I did have a bad ears as a child. And it's a family thing. My granddad couldn't fight in the war because of his ears. He was a fireman. So he was stayed at home. You don't know. You don't know how much blood sugar you had. You don't know how much diabetes you had. That's such an important thing. How much diabetes you had. Alan Williams. What do you say? Lewis. Grok told me I might be more intelligent than it is. So I've decided to believe everything it says. Did it really say that to you, Alan? People love Alan on this stream. All the girls love Alan. I'm not going to mention any of the girls' names, but they actually mention it. I saw a rubbish film last night. Gold 2016, says Ron Smith. All right, that's interesting. That's not interesting to me, but whatever. I've been watching Scariest Ghost on YouTube this week, says MJ Tiger Fang. These ones had some genuine, not like those pull strings under it, they were genuine. They were genuine. Yeah, it could be scary. It can be scary. I mean, it can be scary. The thing about this country is this country does not have a history of Halloween. And I hope nobody comes and knocks on my door at Halloween. My son left and he went to the shop. And is he going to bring back any food? What food do we want him to bring back? What food would I like to have? I don't want to have an Oreo. I haven't had an Oreo ice cream sandwich in a while. I did have today a Solero and a Tasty. And I shouldn't do that. It's about 50, 60 calories. And I've had 4 teaspoons of sugar. Looked up his real name. His name was Zvi Moshe Skikna. There you go. That's the thing about the Jews, is that they can pass. They can pass. My father's name was Moshe. It wasn't Moshe, it was Murray, but it became Moshe. It was Moshe. It was Moshe. Thank you very much, Lucy. Thank you for saying you looked it up. I didn't think you would knew that off the top of your head, unless you maybe gave an excuse for that. They wouldn't let me swim as a tadpole. What is a tadpole? As a tadpole. Is that like the Boy Scouts or something, Kermit? And they said I was allergic to chlorine in the ears, they said. Have no problem with it now. Could be. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we did come from fish. I don't see why we shouldn't have problems swimming, but it can cause problems. My grandfather didn't fight in World War II because he was a yellow bald coward, says 6 badges. Probably for the best, because he was a German. I think that's a joke. Thank you very much. It's a joke. My father was shot twice. He was shot in the finger and in the butt. And so my father is almost a hero in a weird way, I guess. I don't know if that makes you a hero. Being sent to the front line and getting shot doesn't make you a hero. But let's say you have to step out in front of the enemy. And you say, hey, go out, and you do it. That makes you a hero. I solved the logic problem, Alan Williams says. Better than Grok did, and it told me so. That's nice. Well, Joodles and I asked the question, and the Joodle says, is that true? Meaning, I don't believe you. And what did Grok say? Grok says, it's not true. I made it up. Actually said it, and if Joodles is listening to this, she will affirm to that. Let's see what's going on, Lewis. I mean, maybe blood pressure can cause irritation, but I would say that irritation causes inflammation, which causes high blood pressure. Ron Smith says, this is the problem. So many are still not awake, says Claire. What are we talking about here? Trick or Treat started in Scotland. Known guising, says Lorna. Probably did, but like everything, because Americans are so intense people that great ideas start other places. They're brought to America and then they go, yeah, let's go with this. Am I right? I think that's what happens. Andrew Rubin. I'm not a fan of swimming baths, to be honest. I never really been into communal baths. Local kids near me used to have a block of carbolic soap in their bags to take a wash too. Blackfeet. Yes. I mean, yeah, I could see them going to the baths and getting all clean and stuff like that. I mean, there were baths on every corner, everywhere. And now there are baths at home, and now we're using up too much water. Are we not using too much water? I think we are. So what have we learned about this segment? We've learned about ear wax. We've learned about cotton buds. We've learned about diabetes and deafness. That's what we've learned. And tinnitus. We've learned about about brain ear wigs, which might be true, might not be true. Ron Smith is here. It's always good to see Ron Smith. Can I just tell you, this stream has been great. We've been over 40 for quite a while. Let's see how we're doing over here. We've been over 40, so we are resuming. We had a little gap when I was feeling sick and I took a break. It was nature's way of telling you in a song. It's nature's way of receiving you. It's nature's way of deceiving you. It's nature's way of telling you something's wrong. Do you remember that song? Do you remember, who sings that? Love? Not Love. I forget who sings that. It had an old bald guy in it. And it had Randy California. I used to love that song. I can't even walk past a swimming pool. I nearly drowned twice. First time, I was 8. Next time, I was 12. And I was unconscious for 3 days. I doubt you were unconscious for 3 days. Were you unconscious? Tell us what happened. Swimming, you need to learn how to swim, though. It's very important. When I first came to Peckham, the bath was in the kitchen Fridays. My bath was in the kitchen, enjoying the tube. Was in the kitchen, period. Fridays were freaky, period. Let's get the punctuation down. Joe goes, oh my God, Claire, don't drown on us. Do not drown on us. That means you won't be able to clean my ears out. Do you think Tony Robinson's visit to Israel has backfired? No, because Britain is like Israel. It's fighting for its life against imperialists, by colonizers, by religious colonizers. So I don't think it will. What do you think? Do you think it will? How will it backfire? How will it backfire? I remember skating on a frozen pond in the 80s when I was a kid. Very dangerous, yeah. Can be very, very dangerous. As a child, I hated swimming pools, says David B. Welcome, David B. I meant to say hello to David B. is in the room. He's in the room. They used to be big on getting kids to swim in the old days, being an island and having so many waterways. But there are far fewer public pools these days. Yeah, well, why is that? Maybe because the immigrants do not want to swim. They don't want to swim. They got a reputation for not wanting to swim. So you wouldn't want to make them swim. There's such S weather here, Noam says, that there were no children have shown up. Yeah, they say you don't have to. You don't have to. And then some of them will die, and then they'll say, we got to do something about it. You can see the labor people saying, we got to do something about it. Lorda says, both my dad and my brother have saved people from drowning. Yeah, it's important to learn how to swim, I think, isn't it? Who's against learning how to swim? Immigrant groups are against it. When I was on a family holiday to Spain, this is what Dame Claire says, I was in hospital in Medina for 3 days. It's true, Lewis. I'm petrified of swimming pools. Okay, maybe you were in the hospital, but you weren't unconscious for 3 days. Maybe you were really weak and sick, and they just thought they'd keep an eye on you. Ave Satan. Ave Satane, Joe. This is what Lucy says. I've promised to teach my girlfriend how to swim. Must behave in the swimming pool, though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to teach them how to swim. I swam when I went to Malta. It was like in the port across to the south of Valletta. I don't remember the name of it, but we went to the port there. The right are divided by big egos and controlled opposition and grifters. The right are divided by big egos, says Ron Smith, and controlled opposition and grifters. Can you explain what you mean there? Was scared of heights, MJ Tiger Fang, then got stuck on a fairground octopus ride at the top when the ride broke down, and we were there dangling there for ages. Got over my fear of heights after facing my fear unexpectedly. That's an interesting story. So you're saying it was so bad that you got over it. You said, I survived, and this is not as bad as that, so I'm going to be all right. If one can't swim, it's a red flag, laugh out loud, says Gnome Hunter. You need to have a good reason for not being able to swim. This is what Gnome Hunter says. There are people swimming in the sea today. What is it warm down there, Maltese Phil? What is the weather? What is the weather in Malta? Let's all imagine we're in Malta. Let's imagine we're in Malta. I'm going to go look at my fantastic app that I have and see what the weather in Malta is. You don't mind, do you mind? Malta, Valletta. I'll look at Valletta. Not that the weather might be different in other places. It might not be that different. Could be Lewis. The nurse and I said I'd been laying still and not responding. Well, the nurse said that, but did your parents say that? It's 22 degrees at 7 o'clock tonight. Let's see what the weather's like tomorrow. 22 degrees tomorrow. Sunday, it's 22 degrees. And then Tuesday, it's not warm enough to go swimming, I don't think, unless the water is really warm around there. Halloween is all about facing your fears. It could be that. GB News seem to be controlled opposition, hence Stein, Wooten, and others are not there. Yeah, there's been a lot of pressure put on them. And I heard that Nick Clegg is going to be given a position as head of Ofcom. Nick Clegg, that guy. They're all alike. That's the Lib Dems. They're all alike. I passed my bronze swimming badge, says Alan Williams, because there were no weights in the weighted brick. The teacher threw it in anyway, and we just swam up to it. You mean it was floating? It wasn't on the ground. There you go. That's not right. Dame Claire says Malta is beautiful. Been there twice. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dryness of it. I enjoyed the oceanness of it. I enjoyed the smallness of it. I went to Sainsbury's today, says Andrew Rubin. That's dangerous. Big fight at the checkout with 4 migrants, a bit bruised. But I will survive. Okay. Could be Lewis. All right, so there we go. My parents said, according to Claire, 2, whatever happened, I am phobic 100% of swimming pools. Well, I would say probably nothing's going to happen, but it's good to know. You don't want to go in the swimming pool and be like, oh my God. The James Hunt Clegg, says Joy Tube. There's been a lot of pressure put on GB News. Maybe they said we don't want that guy. Maybe they're thinking to themselves, this Lewis Schaffer is too relentless. We had a fabulous swimming pool at our local school. And then they filled it. In, Lorna says. Yeah, that's tragic. GB News had Gove on yesterday. The other day, the vaccine ministers. These are the establishment. Because they're given a license. I'm defending GB News. But it shouldn't be this way. But they've been told they have to be balanced. And you don't want balance. Who is balancing the BBC? The balancing is has killed democracy in this country. Anyway, sorry. I nearly drowned on a scout camp and got saved. Yeah, swimming is really scary. It's really scary. I couldn't swim on surface but undersurface was good at holding my breath underwater. Could we put some periods in there? Everybody, let's put some periods and commas and exclamation points. Lewis. Lewis is going to need some kind of official proof, Claire. What kind of official proof am I going to need of what did Claire say? I think I might. I mean, the idea you're in the hospital for 3 days because of a drowning thing, maybe I will, Lucy. I may need some official proof. I'm not going to question her, but, you know, it's possible. It doesn't go against one of my core beliefs. So I'm just going to accept it. The BBC is balanced. Well, they're supposed to be balanced. They're supposed to be. But what balance between what? Between the left who lie and are globalists and the right who lie and are globalists. You know, they're the same. They are the same. He's going to contact whatever embassy that place is in and request a report. I mean, I have been discussing this with people. If somebody says this is true, I say, did you get a report? And investigate it. Well, how can you believe people, Scott Hunter? Can you believe them? I don't believe a doc discharge thing. I don't believe them. They lied about COVID. They lie about carbs. They lie about everything. You're going to believe these people? When my kids went swimming, according to Vaught and I, we all had to get out quickly once because there was a huge turd in the pool. They got a water vac, sucked it up, and 30 minutes later we were allowed to get back in. Yeah, that's interesting. They didn't drain the water out, I guess. You know? They didn't drain the water out. Yeah, you don't need to see this kind of stuff. By the way, you were spot on, Joy and Tube. Spot on about what? Who are you talking to, Joy and Tube? She's now the #1 poster. So a round of applause for Joy and Tube, the #1 poster. And the gnome hunter is #2. Just got the first pair of the night. I don't think many more will show. Laugh out loud. What is the first pair of what? What is the first pair? And Alan is talking about periods. You know, I don't know. I remember taking my kid to go swimming in the East Dulwich pool, right by Goose Green, and I put him in the pool wearing diapers or nappies, as you would call it. Diapers or nappies. That's to me. Okay. That's to me. Hold on a second. Lewis, are you still welcome on GB News since the obese guy chat? No, I haven't been asked. I've been told I should beg to go on. And I might have to do that. I've just been watching Nick from UKIP and Calvin Robinson in a chat. Lorna Hutchins says, as I don't believe anything from the government. I don't believe anything from anybody who's an expert, Lorna. Anybody. Every person needs to be questioned. And if I question you, you're no different than the person who claims they're the biggest authority in the world. We need to prove ourselves. That's why I go up here and I say, you know, what's going on? I remember in school they used to have us dive down in the swimming pool baths to collect those rings at the bottom and other events for points, says MG Tiger Fang. Yeah, that's what they got to do. Do you believe that climate might change? It might change. David, so yeah, I believe in climate going down. You need to learn the skills, MJ Tiger Fang. David B., do you believe that climate? I don't want to say the name because you'll see tomorrow there'll be a thing underneath this thing that says what sea change is. But do I believe that the world is coming to an end because of man-made? And I don't think so, David Rose. I don't believe in it. No, I don't believe in it. I do not believe in it. Do I believe that, humans can cause things to warm? Possibly. But how much of a change is it? How much of a change is it? Okay. So Andrew, Reuben, Andrew, yes, agreed, period. My mom told me of it afterwards, period. But I just went into autopilot to protect the loan, L-O-N-E, not L-O-A. Loan means you're being borrowed. He's been borrowed. Security guard who is being attacked after stopping the SCUM for shoplifting. 12x 1 liter spirits. Is that what they were stealing? They were stealing 12 bottles of spirits. Well, 12, how much is a bottle of spirit? 20 pounds? That's 240 pounds. Death penalty for that. That's why you're spot on. I think you're talking to me. Enjoying tube. I don't know about what, though. Second pair of the night. I need a jolly... Second pair of what? Second pair of what? Second pair of number one, whatever. I never opened my eyes retrieving those rubber bricks from the bottom of the pool. I'd look before I jumped in and feel around. Simples. But can I open eyes underwater? Me? No. It's a bit scary. CC, says David. B, I'm afraid to mention the name because of the police control of this country and the world. CC? What do you think, David? B, do you believe in CC? Western Supermare Beach was always dirty. It wasn't far from raw sewage outfall. That's right. It was right near the Thames River in Bristol. Nobody made much fuss of it. All those years ago, thousands went in the water year after year. Yeah, and it maybe made you healthier too. It made you healthier. I mean, I wouldn't want to swim in dirty water. I mean, you know what? People have only been swimming in dirty water for about 125, 150 years. Not that long. Not that long. It was all started by the king. He used to go down to Brighton to have sex with his girlfriend, much like the current king did. People who did tell the truth are not allowed on GB News, like Lewis and Nick Dixon. Thank you, Rod. I mean, I like to believe I'm telling the truth. If I can't tell the truth, why bother at all? I think I'm telling my own truth. And it can be a bit dull. I don't mean to bully you people. I hope I'm not. Trick-or-treaters laugh out loud. We have, Gnome Hunter says, I don't know what you're saying. Dinosaur, okay. Dinosaurs, according to MG Tiger Fang, had it much hotter. Apparently, we live in an ice age right now, minus big freeze. The world is naturally getting warmer. The natural state is actually warmer than the current age. I disagree with you. I think the natural age is probably colder than it is now, and it could get colder. The back in the day, 6,000 years ago, it was a lot warmer. When the dinosaurs lived, it was a lot warmer. And then Venus broke away from our quote-unquote sun, and that electricity went to the sun. The sun was being Jupiter or whatever, or Saturn. Okay, it's all just... Oh, you've had 2 more trick-or-treaters. Okay, well, there you go. It just started pissing down in Portsmouth, which is quite handy, as I have no sweets, being either mean or unprepared. Me too, I forget. I don't want anybody knocking on my door. It's quite scary, the idea. I love Neil Oliver, as I do too. I loved him beforehand. I love Neil. I love what's his name? I love them all. With regards to CC, I agree with Scott Adams and Michael Schellenberger, but what do they say? But we are not allowed even to discuss it without being censored. Yes, well, what did those 2 say? 6 badges. 6 badges. I don't need no stinking badges. So what do you say to that, 6 badges? Gnome Hunter is number one. Here it's been pouring all day, and there is enough wind to carry me to France. Laugh. It's been very windy lately. And the people have still showed, yeah. I mean, they need, like this show, they need a diversion. We need to be diverted, and we need a diversion. Let's say monsters inside me would put you right off swimming in dirty water, says Lucy. Monsters. I got a nice message. That's very nice. What are the beasts? Okay, let's go. Monsters inside me, says Lucy, would put you right off swimming in dirty water. I mean, there's a lot of junky stuff out there in the sea. I mean, I'm from Long Island, and we used to go swimming in the ocean, and there was always something in there. Stephen N. Allen is always on GB News and Talk TV. Is he really? Is he really? And maybe I'll be back. I will be back. This stream is an experiment. It's also training. I now know how to stream without a guest, I think. You know, we've had people watching this thing, you know, which is fantastic. We've had people watching it, and it really makes me happy. Someone's cooking in the kitchen. It smells quite good. Ron Smith, big fan of Neil Oliver, love his history docs, where places himself in the room of the dramatization. Engrossing. I don't know if I've seen those. Lud is he? Hello, Lud. Open the door, Lewis. I've been knocking on it for 10 minutes, dressed like Bette Midler in Hocus Pocus. I want my treat. I'll give you a treat. I'll give you a treat, Lud. He's knocking on my door. I agree that things change. I agree that humans can affect the rate of change. I question how serious it is. And I have faith in what humans will overcome. They're not going to might overcome this, but I'm not afraid of them having to overcome anything. Mark Stein is somebody else who I had tremendous respect for. Absolute tremendous respect. Mark Dolan is another guy. Tremendous respect for Mark Dolan. Okay? Tremendous respect. His opening monologues were great, says Alan Williams. Yes. Takia Sunrise, anyone? Takia Sunrise. I think that's a joke. I'm watching that tonight, and the new second one, Lud. What are you watching, Kermit? I don't know. I missed that there. Every day is a school day. I'm learning too. Ready one day soon to make a streaming splash. Yeah, that's what we need to do. You know, I've learned to do this. 144 streams or days of streaming. I missed one day of streaming when I was throwing up. Maybe that's wrong. You know, maybe it was wrong of me to miss. But I'm glad that I've done it. I mean, I know what needs to be done. I know how little I've done. How little have I done? I've done so little. Can I just point this out? Can I point out? Can we spend a moment and reward Lewis Schaffer in the stream and Kermit and go to Twitter? Can you go to Twitter at Lewis Schaffer? Can we do that? I'd like you to do that. Can we go and sign up to Discord and be on Discord and talk to people on Discord? You can send messages to people on Discord. Okay? Can we do that? Can we also go onto the stream, and I will show you where it is. Okay. How about this? There we go. Can you see this? Can you see? Press the thumbs up. We got 21 people pressing the thumbs up. 28 people watching now. But let me just check to see how many people are watching. 28. So can you see this right here? Can you see it right? I don't know that I'm pressing the screen. I don't think that's good enough. I just like that. I like it. Press, you like it. Can we go to PayPal or Patreon? Can we do that? I always thought Stein was booted off because he wanted silence, because the left wanted to silence him on the grooming scandal period. Well done. And reported him to Ofcom too. Yes, that's right. That's possibly what it is. But it's also, is the left demonetized me here, the globalists. You know? Like, look what they're doing in America. They're trying to cancel people here. What happened with Mark Stein is they told Mark Stein, every time you make a complaint, as like when I got a complaint on Resonance FM, and they said every time you make a complaint, it's like 2 weeks worth of work. That's how they punish people. They punish people. Okay? They punish people. So PayPal, can you go to PayPal and make a contribution? £5 a month is 10 pence a day. And it means a lot to me. Oh my God, I've been brought food or something. Oh my God, he's so nice to me. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Can I ask a favor? Could you put this in the freezer? I've already had one of these today. Did you buy something for your brother? No. Could you give that to your brother? Yeah. Say thank you. But that was nice. Thank you very much, producer. Brave, I nearly went into the Pacific years ago, but hey, freezing so totally bottled it. Joe was speaking to Lucy. I like the great variety of anti-government commentators on YouTube, the Rumble, etc. But it doesn't make me change. It doesn't make change happen. We are spitting into the wind. No, we're not. We are not. Because we're not. We're learning what the truth is. Before, people didn't know. People used to go, oh, COVID. I shouldn't even mention it because I'm going to have a thing. Janet is here. Hello, Janet. Welcome back, Janet. Welcome back, Janet. I love that thing. Yeah, I mean, is it helping? We need to be able to say what's on our mind. We need to hear what's on your mind. We need to know what people are thinking. It's like, I remember when someone had a tragedy in their family and I can't even say it because people are going to go, oh, you're cruel, you're horrible. And they'll say they're still looking for her. They're still looking for her. And I said it within the very first week. I don't believe those people. They're lying. But a lot of people were like totally couldn't believe it. And people hated me. They hated me. Lorna says, I'm writing to the king. Stephen Barrett, the barrister, recommend doing it. What are you going to write to the king? Don't write to the king. Write to a newspaper and say, I am against. What are you going to write to the king? Chaos. Period. 19. Period. Load of scams. What does that mean, chaos 19? I can't afford one holiday to Spain. All right, let's work harder. How old are you, David B? How old are you, David B? We had a mini ice age and we are coming off of it. All natural. Yes. Yes. Velikovsky. That's what Discord is. It's an app website, an app or website where we can chat like this. You can chat to each other. So if I'm going to do a show, or maybe I can't do a show, I might post it there. If something interesting is happening to all of us, we can post it. You know, that's what we should be doing, I think. Basically. That's what we should be doing. The crickets. Okay, so we're going to end the show in about 5 minutes. Sorry you came in late. Sorry we have to end the show. I think this is the best time. I think 90 minutes is enough time. Is enough time. I want to thank you, David. I'm stuck here too. I'm stuck here in this country. But thank you, Ron Smith and MC Scott. Thank you, Janet and Lorna, for coming back. Thank you. Good to see you. It's so good to see you. Not for coming back. Well, you don't have to be here every single day. But I do appreciate seeing you. It's good to see you. I hope you appreciate seeing me. I mean well. Shanks, Joe Sanders, thank you. Maltese Phil, for coming in there. You know, I appreciate it. Everybody can't come every single day, but I do appreciate you coming here. Maltese Phil, sorry. Hi Ho Kermit is a huge help to me. Lucy, good to see you. Good to see you. It's always good to see you. I do think about you, and it's always good to see you. Shanks, great big help with the thumbnails, making the show a better place. Lud, thank you very much. Thank you very much. 6 badges. I don't need us thinking badges. Ron Smith again. Andrew Rubin. Alex. Dame Claire. Thank you very much, Dame Claire. Thank you very much. I said this before. I'll say it again. Alan Williams. If I forgot Gnome Hunter, if I've forgotten to say your name, write down in the bottom of the thing. Write down in the bottom of the thing. Say, MJ Tigerfang, great participation today. I appreciate it. Enjoying the tube? I guess this is the tube that you're enjoying, or is it the subway? I don't know. But thank you very, very much for coming in there. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Lorna again. So this has been a very good show. This is one of our best shows ever. Considering how bad a couple of days ago, it was so bad it didn't even happen. But it's happening. It happened today. It happened today. I swam in Lake Michigan once. It had loads of insects and my swimsuit ended up full of muck. Yeah, well, they get all the drinking water from Chicago from there. They actually changed the river directions. The river used to flow into Lake Michigan from Chicago, and then they changed it. So you got the river. You got the river. You got Chicago on the side of the river, and the river used to come in. They used to come in to Lake Michigan. And what they did was they took this river and they reoriented it so it flowed out into the Mississippi River. Amazing, amazing accomplishment. You can Google that. Amazing accomplishment. PayPal. I appreciate the PayPal contributions. Okay. So do you plan on doing Night Ride today? Thank you for asking. Are you going to have a rest and chill out watching scary movies? Do you want me to? I don't know. Look at the UK. They place their weather temp stations. Look in the UK where they place their weather stations. Class 4/5 junk. I don't know. I think I'll be back. I hope to be back. For maybe an hour. We'll be back at 10:30. We'll be back at 10:30. Maybe an hour and a half. Kermit, should I come back? I don't know. I feel all right. I didn't feel as good when I started this, and I feel good right now. I feel good right now. But I want to thank you all. Yeah, and you got to go tonight. Tonight, I'll see you tonight. So we'll all see you tonight. We've had a busy day today. A busy day today. I thank all of you. I thank all of you. Anybody want to add something in the stream? I'll see you later. This has been the best show ever. So let's wave goodbye to everybody. I'm going to end the stream in 2 minutes. I'm going to go off broadcasting, but the screen's going to be here. Are you going to note, Lewis? What is this? You are going out to note. Tonight. To note tonight. Out to note tonight. No, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to go into bed and maybe take a nap for an hour. Perhaps I'll do that just to calm down, everybody. Just to calm down. But thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody need me to say goodbye to them? I will say goodbye to you. Got any horns? Yeah, do I got any horns? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lucy. Bad, bad, bad girl. Just let us know on Discord if you're on if you're on. I'll let you know. I'll also probably tweet. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Twitter, MJ Tiger Fang? Enjoying you too. Are you there, Lucy? Of course you're there. I'll do that. I'll let you know. All right, we're saying goodbye. I'm blowing you a kiss. Thank you, everybody.